Productivity Arata. If you have watched several videos on productivity, you may be feeling confused. Is it better to use David Allen's GTD or Getting Things Done method? Or is it better to use Franklin Covey's Planner? Or what about the Pomodoro technique of Francesco Cirillo? Or the Pareto principle 80-20? Or maybe you don't know any of these methodologies, but instead you use applications such as Trello, Remember the Milk, Wunderlist, or OmniFocus. Which one of these is the best? In this series Productivity Arata today, we will give you the only strategy that you need now. Everything else will follow. The domino effect can amplify the results of your actions. And here is a physics principle that will amaze you. It works like this. If you take a small domino and tip it over, the force of its fall has the ability to bring down a larger domino, about 50% bigger than the first piece. Now, consider this. If you put a third domino, it may again be 50% bigger than the previous one, and then so on and so on. This allows us to see the exponential growth. If you tip the first piece of, let's say, 2 centimeters, what will happen later? The second piece can be 3 centimeters, and then the next one can be 4 centimeters, and the next 6 centimeters, and then another one of 10 centimeters, and 15, and 25. So the last one, after we have 25 pieces, the last one can be 336 meters high. That would be a domino the height of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Can you understand the implication of this? It means that in some situations, a small action has an amplifying effect. Even if it's repeated a small number of times, come on, 25 times is not so much. The final result can have a huge impact. Now, let's apply this to our personal productivity. Choose the first piece. If you want to have the best possible result in your personal productivity, you need to choose the first piece to tip. And this will be the first small activity that you will perform that will begin the sequence to all the others. If you are in front of a giant domino, the size of the Eiffel Tower, you can kick and you can punch as much as you want. You will not have the strength to knock that piece over, nor the previous piece, which will be 220 meters high, or the one before that, that would be 150 meters high. But you can probably push the piece that is 1.5 meters tall. And if you find it too difficult, you can go to the previous piece, which is going to be even easier. Because of that, there is no excuse. You can always go back and can even go to that piece of 2 centimeters to initiate the process. By the way, you should not be ashamed if you decide to push this first piece of 2 centimeters. It is the first piece of many others ahead. What you should not do is just to be standing still, to be frozen and do nothing. Every marathon starts with the first step. Your absolute focus has to be the first step. It is the only thing you can do now. You can dream big and have big goals, but you need to understand that the effort that you need to achieve that big dream will depend on previous results. In other words, to complete a marathon of 40 kilometers, first you need to be able to complete a race of 30 kilometers. And to complete a race of 30 kilometers, you need to have preparation for a race of 25 kilometers. Is it too hard? Well, maybe you can go for 15 kilometers. And even if that is difficult, your goal has to be smaller, maybe 10 kilometers. You see, first you get behind the goal that is realistic, but you can continue dreaming about the next steps. You need to start the domino effect. Whenever you're feeling confused, feeling unable to cope with the challenges ahead, you need to simplify, to have the humility to accept easier challenges. The Productivity Ninja course is the most comprehensive training you can find online to help you go through the whole process of finding your first step. You will clearly define your main objectives, your purpose, and then you can go ahead, you can dream big, and we will help you to do all the preparations so your dominoes are aligned. you can visit arata.se/time management to start today.